Hello and welcome to NFL Week 16 predictions. Let's see how everybody did last week. So as you can see, first up, we're doing these in order of best to worst. Logan is undefeated so far in predictions, as in he's beat me, Greg, and Bryson twice in a row. So last week he got 12-4, and then the week before that he won 10 or 11. So his overall is 20-9. So he is doing good. We'll see if he continues to do good this week. Okay, this is my slide. I am in joint second with Greg. We both won 10 games this week. So everybody did pretty good this week. All over 500. My overall is 132-90. And then we go to Greg's slide. He also won 10 games, like I just said. We tied, and then his overall is 94-68. The first game is tonight's game, which is Jaguars at the Jets. So Logan and Greg both took the Jets, big New York fans. I think this is the third or fourth week in a row that Greg and Logan have both picked. Actually, no, Logan picked against the Bills last week, but they've both picked the Jets and the Giants like 4 weeks in a row. So they really like New York teams. I picked the Jaguars because they just beat the Cowboys, and I think they're the better team. They're the hotter team. That's usually the team that I pick. But Logan and Greg are taking the Jets, so we'll see if that works out for them. I mean, the Jaguars are pretty inconsistent, so it wouldn't be. I mean, it would make sense if they were to beat the Cowboys and then lose to the Jets, because that's what inconsistent is. But, I mean, if they win this game and the Titans lose, the Jaguars will be in first in their division in the South. So, we'll see. Then we have the Ravens and the Falcons. All three of us taking the Ravens in this one. Yeah, I took the Falcons last week, which was not a good decision on my part, so I'm not going to make that mistake again. I'm doing more safe picks this week because I think that I could go undefeated. I just chose too many upsets, especially last week picking the Seahawks and the Bears. So I'm just trying to do the safe bet here, but this is a 60-40 game. The Ravens should be the favorite in this game, but I think the Falcons could win it. Because Lamar still is injured, obviously. But I think I heard that he could return in this game, but I'm not sure. Then we have the Lions and the Panthers. Me and Greg both took the Lions. Again, the Lions are the better team. They're the hotter team than the Panthers, who just lost. So that's why I'm taking the Lions. Both teams have chances at the playoffs if the Buccaneers lose and the Lions. Well, if the Buccaneers lose and the Panthers win, the Panthers, I'm not sure if they'll be first in the South or second, but they're not going to be too far behind the Buccaneers. And then if the Lions win, they're still in the playoff hunt to get the 7 seed. So I trust the Lions a little bit more than the Panthers, but we'll see. Then we have the Chiefs and the Seahawks. I originally took the Seahawks, but like I said, I'm trying to do the safer picks this week because I'm trying to go undefeated. I mean, I said Logan went undefeated in the beginning, so there's obviously 2 different terms for that. I mean, undefeated is in undefeated. I don't know how to explain it, but I mean, I like 15-0, 16-0. Just win all the games. But yeah, all of us took the Chiefs. They're at home. They didn't look great against the Texans. The Seahawks lost on Thursday night, and they did not look very good. Their defense looked good in the first half, but after that, it just all fell apart. But maybe Geno Smith could throw for 300 yards again. I'm not sure. So we'll see. Then we have Browns Saints. Greg taking the Saints, obviously. He's a Saints fan, so no surprise there. Me and Logan both taking the Browns. Yeah, The Browns are at home. That's mostly the reason why this is a 50-50 game. If the Saints were at home, I would take the Saints. Browns at home, taking the Browns. Deshaun Watson looked like he got a little bit better. So I'm going to trust the Browns a little bit more in this game, but I could see it going one of two ways. So, yeah, we'll see. And then we have the Texans and the Titans. Another game, I originally took the Texans, but I changed it to the Titans just because although the Titans have looked really inconsistent as of late, they are at home, and the Texans are the worst team in the league. Although the Texans have been looking good, they haven't been able to finish games, and I think that's gonna be another. We're gonna see that again. It's gonna be a close game, tied at 24, and then the Titans are gonna kick a field goal in overtime to win it. Is my prediction. So we'll see about that. But I do believe that the Texans could actually stop Derrick Henry, but we'll see. Bengals, Patriots. Logan taking the Patriots. A bit of surprise here. They're at home, but the Bengals are probably the hottest team in the league right now. See, everybody thought that they were so bad at the beginning of the season. Because I don't even know what their record was, but they lost. I think they lost. They lost the Steelers in Week 1. They had a bad record, and then look at their record now. They're 10-4. So I'm going to trust the Bengals to win this game, even though Joe Burrow didn't have the best games in the first half against the Buccaneers. Joe Mixon didn't do very good. But obviously the Patriots had the worst play of the year with Stevenson or some Patriots player throwing it back to Mac Jones, which is picked off by Chandler Jones, and then Mac Jones gets stiff-armed, and it's a touchdown for the Raiders to win the game. So, yeah, but I don't know, maybe Logan knows something that we don't. And then, as I've said, Greg, the big New York fan, taking the Giants here. And then me and Logan both taking the Vikings. As you see, Logan's stomping my head in that picture. But we both took the Vikings. Offensive weapons, they are inconsistent, but they beat the Colts down by 33, biggest comeback in NFL history. And the Giants aren't the Colts, but the Giants are also inconsistent, and they can't do much on offense other than run with Saquon. So that sways me more towards the Vikings, but I could see the Giants winning this game. And then we have Bills, Bears. Everybody with the Bills here. Not too surprising. I'm not going to take the Bears again after what happened last week. This is a pretty self-explanatory pick. Then everybody took the 49ers. I took Washington last week. Wasn't going to make that mistake again. The reason why I took them last week is because I thought they had Chase Young. I should have done my research. If they had Chase Young this week, I'd be more tempted to take Washington, but they don't, so I'm going to take the 49ers at home. And then we have Eagles, Cowboys. Me and Greg both taking the Cowboys. Logan taking the Eagles. Gardner Minshew is back. Can he lead the... Jalen Hurts threw 2 picks last week and 0 passing touchdowns. So I think that Gardner Minshew will do better than that. But Jalen Hurts also had 3 rushing touchdowns. And I don't think that Gardner Minshew will do that. But we will see. It's both good defenses. But Dak has also been pretty inconsistent. So the Eagles could definitely win this game. Then we have Raiders, Steelers. If you notice the star in the top right, Logan put that there. The star basically means that Logan's going to pick the Steelers every week no matter who they play, which is understandable. I get a lot of criticism for picking against the 49ers and Dolphins since I'm fans of them, but I'm just trying to win. I'm just trying to get the games right. So I want them to win, obviously, because they're my teams, but I'm trying to get a point. I'm trying to, like, just in case they don't win, I want to at least know, okay, I picked against them. I got that pick right. Cool. So, yeah, Logan and Greg both taking the Steelers. Good defense. The Raiders won last week. Both teams have the same record, so that's interesting. The Steelers are still alive to go over 500. They've never gone under 500 with Mike Tomlin as a coach, so they're still fighting for that. Raiders are still fighting for a playoff spot, but I doubt that they'll get it. So the Steelers have a lot more to win here, or to lose, I should say, than the Raiders. And then we have Packers Dolphins, so we're getting into the Christmas games. Everybody with the Dolphins. I could see the Packers winning this game, but it's not in Lambeau, it's in Miami, which it still might be cold in Miami, but the Dolphins look better against the Bills last week. They scored a lot of points. Mostert had a good game, and I just don't think that the Aaron Rodgers in that defense is going to be able to handle the Dolphins offense. And then we have Broncos, Rams. I'm taking the Broncos. Like I said, they're the hotter team even without Russell Wilson. After beating the Cardinals, they scored 24 points, which is pretty impressive with a backup quarterback. As you could see, they won a game, but their defense is also good. The Rams, Baker Mayfield did not do good last week. So, yeah, this is going to be a very low-scoring game, but I trust the Broncos to win this. And then we have the last of the Christmas games, which is Buccaneers Cardinals. Some playoff implications here. If the Cardinals win, like Logan thinks that they will, then the Panthers should go above them in the division. Well, actually, they'll be tied at 6, but the Panthers beat the Buccaneers, so that means they have the tiebreaker. So, I'm rooting for the Cardinals to win this game, but I took the Buccaneers just because I think that they are going to win this game. But hopefully the Cardinals can pull it off because the Buccaneers do not deserve to be in the playoffs. Neither do the Panthers, Falcons, or Saints, but one of them has to make it. So I'd rather be the Panthers and Falcons than the Buccaneers and Saints. And then we have Chargers Colts Monday night. So me and Greg taking the Chargers. They're just the better team than the Colts. Logan taking the Colts. I mean, they did score 36 points last week, but that was all of their defense. Matt Ryan didn't even have a touchdown in that game. So I doubt that their defense could carry them to victory here, but if it can, then good on them, I guess. Then the Chargers' playoffs hope would pretty much be over, but that's all, so let's go to the outro. Okay, that's it for this week. Tune in for Week 17 predictions next week. Stay tuned to see who wins this week. Will Logan be 3-0? Will I win? Will me and Greg tie again? Will Greg win? Find out next week. Goodbye.